You know, over 10 years, this has become part of our lives, and thanks for letting us be part of yours.
I didn't know you were going to do that.
I know. I thought we were doing characters.
Oh,
Beautiful.
What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and tonight we have some sad news about the voice actor that plays Takeo Masaki, known as Tom Kane. It looks like since 2020 isn't over yet, 2020 is going to be taking a few more swings at all of our hearts, as we're about to talk about. But I can promise you that tomorrow's video is going to be a much happier one than tonight's, since I do have some good news to report on, but I had to push it back for tonight's information, since I do think this is very important for everybody out there that wanted to see the return of Ultimis within Black Ops Cold War Zombies. Unfortunately, it just doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Definitely stay tuned, but before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, and also be sure to use code DYNAMITE if you want to save 10% on any Control Freak orders. Their link is, of course, down below in the description. So, I'm sure you guys might remember, about a year ago or so, I posted a video reporting on the unfortunate passing of the voice actress Andrea Arutai. I believe I said her name correctly. Andrea actually did the lines of Samantha ever since Black Ops 1, but she was the Spanish voice actress who dubbed the lines of Samantha. Luckily, she managed to get the lines done for Toten. There weren't very many, before she passed away of a respiratory illness. Now, I believe she may have even died of COVID before we knew what COVID was, but they listed it as a respiratory illness, and I ended up donating the proceedings of the video that I made to a charity that focuses on respiratory illnesses. And tonight's video is also monetized, and I will 100% also be donating tonight's proceedings to a charity that focuses on the unfortunate problem that Tom Kane has had to deal with, which is a stroke. So it was kind of crazy when I posted that video about a year ago, since almost nobody else had mentioned her over online, Twitter, YouTube. Nobody was talking about it, but instead there were some very disrespectful comments that the video was quote-unquote clickbait because it wasn't the American voice actress of Samantha, and the title didn't specify it was a Spanish voice actress. She's a human being. I mean, whatever it was, you know, Spanish, Italian, Greek, Russian, who cares? She's a human being. I reported on it, and I felt like, you know, as a YouTube channel who's still very small, it was the right thing to report on it, since she played a large role in a lot of people's lives. She did the lines of Samantha, and even though it was a Spanish version, the Spanish community is huge, especially for Call of Duty Zombies, so that video was definitely warranted. But of course, you're gonna have trolls and clowns all over the internet. But tonight's video is about, yes, the man himself, Tom Kane, the American voice actor for Takeo Masaki. We had some unfortunate information posted by his daughter earlier today when she said the following: "Hi everyone, this is Tom's daughter Sam. Our family wanted to share why my dad has been MIA. About 2 months ago, he had a left side stroke that gave him right-sided weakness and damage to the speech center of his brain. This means right now he cannot efficiently communicate verbally, nor read or spell. He is still competent and very much himself, but can only get out a few words right now. As many of you might know about strokes, it is possible for him to gain these functions back, and we have found him excellent care in Kansas City for speech, occupational and physical therapy, but for now, we have been warned by his neurologist that he may not do voiceovers again. My dad still remains in good spirits, and his extreme stubbornness has helped him already show improvements in speech. He is fully on board with me sharing this, and he will see anything you guys post. Lots of love from our family to yours. Here are some recent photos of Dad." So very emotional, very sad, and I just can't believe how crazy 2020 has been. Not to go off on a tangent, but obviously tragedies happen every single year. Innocent people are killed, you know, celebrities pass away, a lot of tragedies happen, but 2020 has been a serious year to remember, where the year started off with Kobe's death. I mean, the year started off bad already, and obviously we have COVID, so many other deaths. It has been an absolute nightmare for so many people, and even though the year is coming to an end tomorrow, it doesn't necessarily mean that everything's gonna be sunshine and rainbows, right? We just gotta hope that 2021 brings us much brighter days with less people suffering, but you know what? It's gonna be crazy having to look back at how tragic 2020 seriously was. This is very sad now. I mean, Takeo's last role in Call of Duty Zombies was on Toten. I mean, we got his voice lines for the bonfire steps. We saw him in the cutscene, of course, but I guess you could say it's very interesting and ironic how at least they got to do, you know, one last hurrah for our characters. Both Tom Kane and Andrea Arutai, who did Samantha, they both got to, you know, put in their all into one last map, which was Toten. And that's why I always say appreciate Toten Toten for what it is, because it actually is truly the end. As we saw from that emotional interview with the voice actors that Treyarch posted, that was it for them. I mean, people out there still believe that, you know, Nolan North could return in Black Ops Cold War Zombies. I think it is possible if we see an incarnation of Eddie or some type of different take on his character. Sure, he could do the lines again, but looking at this news tonight, that is truly the end of an era, the end of Ultimis. And God bless Tom Kane, really hoping that he can recover and still do voice lines again, because he is known for many characters besides Takeo Masaki. He's done Yoda, Admiral Akbar, C-3PO, Professor Utonia, Magneto, Monkey Fist. He's done Iron Man, Samuel Loomis. He's done a narrator role for the Smurfs. He's done all types of roles. He has been around for many, many years as a voice actor, a phenomenal voice actor that is too. So this is heartbreaking, man. I mean, what are the odds that he suffers a stroke that just happens to take away his livelihood, take away what he does on a day-to-day basis, which is voice acting? I mean, absolutely devastating. But like I said earlier in the video, I will be donating all the proceedings of this video to a cause that focuses on strokes, which is what he has suffered. And he's in the best hands possible right now over at Kansas City. So I'm sure in the next few months, if not a little bit longer, he'll eventually be able to speak again. And I'm hopeful for that. I think he'll little by little come back to the voice acting scene. Maybe if it's not for Call of Duty Zombies, but for something else, other characters that he would love to continue playing. I think he would definitely come back in a heartbeat if he is able to. But God bless him, God bless his family. Seriously, a very emotional video to make, because again, Tom Kane's been a part of our lives for well over 10 years. You know, if you've been playing zombies since the beginning, you know exactly who Tom Kane is, and you definitely know who Takeo Masaki is as well. That's why I've been saying for the longest time, appreciate Tag Your Toten for what it is. That was probably the last time we'll end up seeing Ultimis in Call of Duty Zombies, at least all at once, right? They could, of course, you know, bring back the character models with no voice lines for operators or for bundles in the future, sure, but in terms of zombies, that era is over, and this solidifies it even more. Now, it's also extra emotional looking at some of Tom Kane's best work with Call of Duty, from Zetsubou no Shima. And by the way, Zetsubou is a god tier map, has such great side Easter eggs, but Zetsubou never got the love that it deserved because a few content creators didn't have a good experience with that map. They had bugs, they had glitches, it ruined their taste of the map, and then from that point forward, they just shat on the map, and of course influenced all of their sheep and followers to the point where Zetsubou just wasn't received well. But I think now if you look back at it, Zetsubou is a very polished map. Also happens to be the first map that is on the quote-unquote Black Ops 4 engine, Radiant Black. That's what they map, you know, zombies maps on as of Black Ops 4. And, you know, it was ironic, right? It was the first map using Radiant Black and somehow was the first quote-unquote broken map of Black Ops 3 zombies. And with that being said, it's a unappreciated gem. I think the map itself has one of the richest atmospheres in Call of Duty history, and Tom Kane's able to express some of his best voice acting that he's ever done for Call of Duty here on Zetsubou, right? I think the cutscene from the Easter egg ending is probably one of the best, if not the best. Definitely more emotional than Dreisendrack, at least in my opinion. I mean, everything, the music, the voice lines, everything about this was just truly something special. And I always loved hearing how actors like Tom Kane can play the same character twice. He has Primus Takeo and Ultimis Takeo, and you can still hear the difference between both of them. That takes real talent to get away with something like that. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave all your thoughts down below in the comment section. I'm sure we're all gonna go shed a tear now if you go back and watch the Treyarch interview where Tom Kane himself breaks down and sheds a tear, because that was of course his end for Call of Duty Zombies, right? When he recorded the lines for Tag, that was it, and it was very emotional for him. So I can't even imagine how emotional it is right now knowing that he can't even speak anymore. So you may not be able to do voice lines for anything ever again. So, you know, keeping Tom Kane in our prayers, of course. I will of course be donating all the proceedings of this video in a couple of weeks time to a cause that focuses on strokes all around the country. But really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everyone.
Watching these characters grow and change and interact, I mean, yeah, of course you get, you know, a little emotional about, is this the end?